Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. President Bongbong Marcos has approved to extend the deadline for SIM registration by another 90 days. The details from Shyla Francisco.
A slight commotion ensued at the Quezon City Hall on Tuesday as subscribers rushed to these help desks to have their SIM cards registered. With the many in line, one staff suggested to divide it into two, which will allow some who arrived later to be entertained first.
Hindi po pwede, alas aga namin dito. Mauuna pa yung nahuli sa nauna. Diyos ko, day. Ayusin niyo yung tamang proseso niyo, madam. Maraming magagalit sa inyo.
But not all who were in line successfully registered their SIMs. Jeffrey, for one, told us his telco system keeps recognizing his prepaid SIM card as postpaid.
Sabi nga daw po, hindi nila magagawa ay mare-register via dito sa kiosk nila. So need ko pa pong pumunta sa mismong wireless yung tinatawag po nila. So dapat within this day or tomorrow, mapuntahan ko. Siyempre may trabaho din po kami dito.
But the good news is, subscribers like Jeffrey still have another 90 days to register beyond the April 26 deadline. This, as President Bongbong Marcos approved the extension by another 3 months. Telco giant Smart Communications Incorporated welcomes this move, saying that it would give them more time to campaign for SIM registration. It added that discussion with concerned government agencies are still ongoing. Based on the latest data of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, nearly half of the total number of subscribers nationwide have already registered as of April 23. The DICT targets 70% of active SIMs within the extension period. For her part, Senator Grace Poe, who sponsored the SIM Registration Act, said that telcos and the National Telecommunications Commission must ensure they reach rural and remote areas. One digital advocacy group meanwhile urged DICT to fix registration rules. Another group, Junk SIM Registration Network, also called on the government to double its efforts in convincing subscribers that their data is secure.
They have to show the public that they are taking the privacy and security of the people's data very seriously. And that there are enough safeguards, particularly on who has access to the data.
Shyla Francisco, we are One News.
And after the extension of the SIM registration deadline, the Department of Information and Communications Technology decried the, quote, bad habit of Filipinos to delay until the last minute. In a press briefing, DICT Secretary Ivan John Uy said they recorded an average of more than 1 million SIM registrations per day, just ahead of the April 26 deadline. He says that they were able to get many SIMs registered close to the date by not announcing the extension sooner. Uy added that the agency is looking to incentivize the public, meaning that the agency could gradually limit the services available to unregistered SIMs. The DICT chief also said that 90 days is more than enough time for everybody to register their SIMs.
In the last 2 weeks, we were averaging more than 1 million SIM card registration per day. So that just goes to show that the issue is not really limited ID or anything. It's just our bad habit of delaying to the last minute. Clearly, matitigas lang talagang ulo ng ating mga kababayan. They always just want the last minute, and they're always hoping for an extension. It's a bad habit.
We're pausing for a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council has formed a team that will focus on mitigating the impact of the looming El Niño. NDRRMC Executive Director Ariel Nepomuceno says this is in line with President Bongbong Marcos's call for a whole-of-government approach in preparing for the weather phenomenon. The proposed El Niño team will be led by the Interior Department. Members will include the Agriculture, Environment, Energy, Health, and Science departments, as well as the Office of Civil Defense, the NEDA, the National Irrigation Administration, and the MWSS. Nepomuceno emphasized that there is a need for all concerned agencies to harmonize their interventions for the El Niño. According to the NDRRMC, the team will prepare for worst-case scenarios and identify and harmonize short, medium, and long-term solutions to address the impact of the weather phenomenon. Here is a quick look at today's other top stories. The Education Department has set aside proposals to install air conditioners in public schools amid the extreme heat, at least for now. The DepEd explains that there are not enough funds and that there are still other solutions to address the problem. This comes after the Parents Teachers Association Federation said that classrooms should be air-conditioned to prevent learning disruptions in the extreme heat. 2 Air Force pilots were injured after their trainer plane figured in an accident in Lipas City, Batangas. The aircraft encountered engine trouble along runway 21 of the San Fernando Air Base during standard training flight on Monday morning. The PAF said they will launch an investigation to determine the cause of the accident. And no more typhoons are expected to hit the country this April after the tropical depression outside the Philippine area of responsibility dissipated. Pag-asa says there will be cloud clusters, but overall, it should be sunny and humid. The State Weather Bureau is again cautioning Filipinos against high temperatures in the coming days. One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.